Hey y'all, hope you're having a good day. My name is Shay with Good Day Grip, and today I'm going to show you how to change out your stock gritty grip for some fresh TPU grip. If you've already changed out your grip before, go ahead and flip forward to the section that talks just about install. But if you're brand new, stay tuned. We're going to show you how in some quick, easy steps. All right, so to get started, you need your TPU grip, a razor blade, a rag, and some alcohol, some masking tape or painter's tape, and that's basically it. Okay, as you're getting ready to start, we usually recommend starting with the rear because it just gives you a nice idea of what the process feels like before you start working on the sensor side. But for today's purposes, I'm just gonna show you guys the sensor side because if you can do the sensor, you can do your rear foot pad. I've got something just to prop up on my board here so that it's easier to work with, so a box will be fine. Okay, so you've got your sensor side. Everyone is super nervous about this, but I promise you it's a lot easier than you think it's going to be. Some people like to use a heat gun or a hair dryer to get that grip a little heated up, to get that adhesive a little more wiggly. It just depends on how long you've had that grip on your board. We usually don't need to do it, but we're gonna leave that up to you. If you do, we do recommend putting a hand on your sensor as you run that heat gun or hair dryer over. If your hand's too hot, then your sensor's too hot. Okay, so to get started, like I said, we like to use a razor blade to just start at this top corner here. You can even use the back of the razor blade just to peel up your grip. Now, you will notice that there's a couple layers here. You've got your sensor all the way down at the bottom of your foot pad. You also have a clear plastic layer. Then you have your grip tape. So as you can see, I am peeling up just that grip. If you can feel the stickiness of your grip, then you have just the grip. Some people will peel that middle layer off, but we don't recommend it. We feel that our grip has enough activation that you don't need that extra sensitivity by peeling that plastic layer off. It also helps to protect your sensor to keep it on there. So the biggest point to make when you're taking this grip off is to pull parallel with your board. You never want to pull up because you could damage your sensor. You can pull it off. So slow and steady, you're just gonna gently start to peel down your board. You can put the board against your hips or your belly there to help get a little stabilization. You want to take extra care when you start to get towards your center of your sensor there and up at the forked edges here of your sensor. So you see we are making our way to that center plug. If it helps you, you can place a hand down as you're getting to those edges. See, I'm still just pulling parallel. You want to make sure as you're getting to the very end, just take your time. You don't want any of that adhesive to stay on your board. There you have it. Okay. So, you're gonna wanna take a look at your board. I see a little bit of that adhesive, a little gunk, or if you've been writing on your board for a while and you've got some dirt under there, some debris, we'll take our alcohol and a rag and just give it a good wipe down. This part's really important because obviously your sensor is how you read. If you've got gunk in there, rocks, whatnot, that could interfere with your activation. So just take your time, clean it up, clean those edges up real nicely. Okay, so if you've gotten this far, then you definitely can do your rear pad. It's a lot easier. You don't have to worry about your sensor, but same process, peeling slowly, parallel, clean it up, and then you're ready for the next step, installing your Good Day grip. All right, so you've taken your Goody grip off, you've cleaned your board, she's nice and pretty and ready for your Good Day grip. So this next step, you are gonna take your razor blade again. And again, you can use just your fingers if you want, but we like to use just our razor blade. Doesn't really matter if you start at the outside edge or your inside edge. And you're going to just peel back. It's that first inch or so, all the way across your board. So our adhesive comes in 2 strips. We feel it's a little bit easier. Okay, there we go. So I'm just peeling back that first inch or so, giving it a good crease, and then tapping it back in place. That is gonna make the next step of the process a lot easier. Next, we're gonna take our tape, peel yourself a little section, and you're gonna mock up your grip. So making sure that you're looking at all of your corners and then that outer edge, lining it up. You don't want anything hanging off, and you're gonna you're just gonna eyeball it. That looks good. I'm gonna take my tape and just tack it into place temporarily. There you go. Okay. This is the most awkward part, but I promise you it's still easy. You're gonna take that tape or that adhesive, that backing, fold it back over. We want to press in the center first, keeping that aligned. Just tap that down and then work your way out. Okay, that was the hardest part. Now, working in the center first, you're going to press your nubs, rub out, press your nubs, rub out. Getting your grip nice and snug against your sensor. Good. Now you've got that front line all the way on. You can take the tape off. And you're just gonna start working down an inch at a time until you get to the very end. So peeling a little bit. Peeling a little bit back. pressing down the center, and working out. This ensures solid adhesion, and you're working any possible bubbles out to the edges. Take your time here. This is your foundation for your ride. We want it to be a good one. Throw on some music. Imagine the ride you're gonna have. Peel back and press. Make sure you get all those nubs. Okay, almost there. And sliding down the center. Pressing out. Okay, and it's as easy as that. And there you have it. You're almost ready to ride. You want to test your activation, so go ahead and you've got your box or your anything keeping that front foot pad up. Take that away, turn your board on. Okay. All right, we're gonna give it a little test. So just one side at a time, going down each of those nubs. You can see you've got activation. So if you are an FST rider, there's one final step that we recommend doing before you hit the road. I'm gonna bring this one down and our FST up. All right, so you're an FST rider. You just installed your Good Day grip. Final thing you want to check for is if your hooks are resting on any of those nubs. So you've got two options. If they are, you can adjust your hooks side to side, up and down, so that they're not resting on your nub. Or you can take some needle nose clippers and just clip a little edge wherever that nub is resting, and then tighten down. And that's it. You're ready to ride. Thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful. If you've got more questions, comments, leave them below. Reach out to us. We're here to help. Hope you have a good day and a great ride. Until next time.